So I want to welcome everybody to this edition of the Mayor's Brief. With me, I have Requita Williams and Tiffany Grant Lane, and they're co-owners of Neema Company. And so I want to thank you, ladies, for coming here and joining us today.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. So tell me a little bit about yourselves and the story behind Neema's, and then let's talk about downtown and what really could happen to try to improve sales and customer count and all those things that entrepreneurs like us like to talk about.
I always start off telling that story by telling people that I'm 50. I remember catching the bus for 15 cents, right? You would go to Almonds to get the chocolate covered peanuts, right? Mm-hmm. You go to Belk's, go up to the 4th floor on the elevator.
Don't forget Rose's, get a grilled cheese sandwich.
Hello, somebody. Mm-hmm. And then my aunt, she worked at a bank downtown and she worked the elevator. Mm-hmm. That was awesome. Then you go over to Crest.
That was my favorite because I always had a little bit of money, right? You get a lot for little there.
Right, exactly. And it was just awesome fun. So that's first in reference to downtown. It's why I love it so much.
Right.
In reference to Neema, oh my God, Cece.
Since I was little, 2 things I wanted to be: on my own, anything. And I always wanted to be a cardiologist.
Yes.
My sister had heart problems, and I said I was going to be a cardiologist now. That was my thing.
Yes.
But I always, anything that came out, or I would say, oh, I can do that. I can own that. I can run that myself. Always. And so she happened to be out of work. And then a week later, I happened to be out of work. Yes. But we had already said, we're going to own Neema downtown. We're going to get a place downtown because it's going to be thriving.
You ladies are down there. You've invested in it.
Mm-hmm. We're there.
And I mean, you're working full time at Neema's, and then you're working full time in other occupations.
Yes.
So y'all are bright-eyed, bush-tailed, smiling. I can only how in the world you're doing that.
First, I think that people have to have a little bit of understanding of downtown and history and wanting it to be, what it could be. For me, really, when I was in awe, it was going to Durham and their downtown and just daydreaming and saying, oh my God, could you imagine? And then most people got excited around the event center, right? And we were thinking that was going to do. And I mean, it's possible that it still could do.
Right.
And so that was a lot of the jumping on the bandwagon right at first in reference to being downtown. My sister and I, we hear things like, well, it's not safe. She doesn't know this, and I'm going to say it on camera. She doesn't know that one day I left the whole boutique unlocked for like overnight. She didn't. I forgot and went back the next day and everything was in its place. The register was there, everything. So I say that to say, I don't understand about not being safe. Just after this is over, pray for me.
I will. It's safe in your shop, but maybe not when you go home.
Maybe not.
Well, look, I bought a building. I bought this building. I'm in downtown Rocky Mount too. I've invested in it. And I don't feel unsafe either. First of all, nobody lives down here.
No, not at all.
Right.
Not at all. Not
but that's what we need to change, right?
Yes, we do need. It's a misconception of it, and that's why I say just come down and see.
Yeah.
Everybody that comes in the boutique just say they feel the vibe. They always say this is a good vibe.
Sure.
When they walk in, and how the brick is still in it is beautiful.
Right.
So I always say just come down and see for yourself.
What do y'all think would make that happen? I mean, you've got a unique perspective that most people don't have because you're invested down there, you're working down there, you spend a lot of time downtown. I should say down there. Hell, it's through locks, right?
Right there.
Over there.
Over there. For me, I would say definitely everybody loving that part of Rocky Mount, right? So because if I tell you, oh my God, I bought this really nice dress and it is really, really nice and really, really nice. And all I'm talking about is this dress, right? Mm-hmm. And if you're into dresses, you're going to be, okay, now show me where you got this dress from. Tell me again where you got this dress from. So I just feel like if everybody was chatting it up the same way and having the same energy in reference to downtown, it could be just as good as going to the meal. And I like going to the meal.
I do too. You know?
I do too.
But you're right. We have a lot of conversation. We seem to enjoy conflict as a community probably more than we should.
What in the
And
world?
I'll tell you who's nailed it. It's Twix. You know, left Twix, right Twix.
Yes.
Well, I'm looking at it, I'm like, well,
They
they like
are
Twix to me, right?
Yes.
But sometimes I feel like I'm fighting over left Twix or right Twix,
Right.
you know? And
Right.
so
Right.
it's not that, and it really shouldn't be. And so I encourage folks to come downtown and really check it out too.
Check it out.
Check it
You know,
out.
and the other thing is it's an opportunity zone. So if you're trying
Yes.
to defer income gains,
Yes.
creates a great investment opportunity.
It is.
You know, we are starting to see some other developments come along downtown, but you know, it's always slower to build
Yeah,
than it is
yeah.
to tear down.
Tear
It
down.
is.
Yes.
And so, you know, it's just, I guess, patience.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're gonna put a plug in for y'all. So tell me what you sell.
We sell
And do I look
African.
good at it?
You would.
All right.
You really would.
Well, if I had known, I would have maybe gotten styled up before we did the
Yes,
show.
oh, you should come by and let us do that.
I will.
For your next interview or something you have, and then you can shout us out.
All right.
And that's a misconception too. I also want to put in there, we are a African print shop.
Right.
So sometimes we have customers that come in and they're asked,
Can I wear this?
"Can I wear this?" Yes.
Is it okay?
I love fashion. I do not go by the rules. There are no
No.
rules to
That's
fashion.
right.
There
That's
are no
right.
rules. If you like it, put it on and wear it. So I just want to get that out. We
Be
are
bold.
yes,
be yourself.
yes,
Be individual.
be you.
Right.
Be you. So but we sell a lot, and this is something we sell. So we do a lot of bold prints.
Mhm.
We do men, women, children. We do accessories. I'm artsy craftsy, so I make a lot of the jewelry.
All right.
We have a seamstress that makes our clothing.
Okay.
She's awesome.
We
Wow.
do have health and beauty. We do a lot of natural things.
Well, that's great. So how did you decide that that was going to be the product that you were selling? I mean, it's just something you love? Something
Yes,
you love?
I've always loved.
Because a long ways away from a bridal
Yes.
shop.
Yes.
Yes.
I love fashion, like I said, and I always love African prints because they are so bold and they're beautiful and they tell stories.
Mhm.
I tell
Like this dashiki she has
Okay.
on, it tells a story.
So the dashiki, in Swahili, it means shirt,
Okay.
simple shirt, right?
Okay.
But like my sister was saying, fabrics do tell stories. So the dashiki tells the story of freedom. So you have the Nile that's in the dashiki.
All right.
You have the bands that are telling of peace, right?
Mhm.
So dashikis, they tell a story. You're really not supposed to see the same print in a dashiki. So it's kind of interesting. In communities, they would get together and look at dashikis, shirts, and ask to explain the story. And it was sort of like a opening piece to a party or something of that nature. Oh my God, I like your dashiki. And then she would say, oh, my daughter made it for me. And this means this and this
Right.
means that. So
That
yeah.
is fantastic.
Mhm.
I had no idea. No idea. That is wonderful. So what else do you want to share with us? You know, what else should we know or this viewership know about, you know, what's going on downtown and about your shop? I mean, I think we've encouraged everybody to go down there. So
Please come by.
that's
Say
right.
Our hours have been cut down since COVID.
Okay. Well, when you talk about that, then.
So we are open. We used to do Tuesday through Saturday. So now we're Wednesday through Saturday. We only open at 1. We close at 6. So
Right.
those are the hours we are right now. And we sell masks. Come get you some cute masks.
Okay, there you go. Well, I want to thank you for what you're doing because, first of all, I know what it's like to, you know, make a decision to open up a business. And first of all, that's scary. You know, if you haven't done it, you just don't know. And I can't describe it for you.
No,
You
exactly.
don't
You
know.
don't know.
And what looks like a 9 to 5 or 8 to 3, whatever your hours are, you can take that, you can double it, or you can multiply it by 2, you know.
Yes.
Right.
It's going to be, it's just a lot of work.
It is.
But yet, businesses that employ less than 50 people comprise some very large segment. I've seen as high as 85% of the American workforce and maybe as low as high 60%. The point is, the vast majority of Americans work in small businesses.
Yes,
And it
yes.
is the heartbeat of our economy.
Yes.
And it is how downtown revitalizes is by creating what you guys are doing. So thank you for that. I know it's a lot of work, and I know there's a lot of white knuckle times in there. I know that it's, and that's even if you don't leave the shop open all night long.
Right. I just went to the door and was like, okay, time to open. She's gonna kill me.
But the point is, nobody came in.
Nobody came in.
No,
So it's a safe
no.
space.
That's
So
right.
now I double checked
It's a
their
safe
security,
space.
all that good stuff. But yeah, that was just let me know. Oh my God, okay, but not to do that again.
Right.
And being an entrepreneur in this time where you are seeing so many places filing bankruptcy and closing down.
Sure.
So
Yes.
to keep yourself wanting to move forward and try not to focus on that, it's some work. It's
I know.
really,
Right.
it's work, it's mental work, it's emotional work. Because some days you just like, man, I just don't, what was I thinking?
But she's
What was I thinking?
But Sissy, you're a push forwarder though. I'm the one that's like,
Ooh-wee.
wait a minute, and you're like, no. The
Well,
only way.
you have to embody that sense of optimism every step along the way.
She does.
And if you don't have that, it's a miserable existence.
She does, and she pushes me, and I'm like, you're absolutely right. We got to do that, and we didn't do that, and you're absolutely right. Let's do that, and let's do this.
Because then what did I say? Oh, we can dress somebody, that's real popular. And so now we're going to dress the
That's
mayor.
right. Let's do it.
So see,
Are you
I
excited?
can check that goal off of my goals I have listed.
That feels like a whole show by itself, right?
So it's just.
You're gonna fix me.
Yes.
So it's exciting. I
Gonna be
wouldn't trade it.
Neema.
Yeah, there's some white knuckle moments and some,
Oh, I know.
but it's just
Shaking
I
in your
wouldn't.
boots.
Yes, I wouldn't trade, especially when the mandate came and they were talking about businesses being closed, and we're like, we're not essential.
Right.
We essentially love being here, but
Hey, that's
Yeah.
right.
we're not. We're
Well,
not.
nobody wants
essential.
to see me naked, so I think you're essential.
So I was like, okay, so yeah, that was interesting. But my sister's really innovative. We went into the boutique and we did lives and sold jewelry live.
Mhm.
So yeah,
But anyway, I just wanted to point out, because I don't think anybody really appreciates, the work that goes into what you're doing, and all the more reason to support our local merchants. And so
Yes.
that's really what I'm trying to push and promote, because I believe that's important.
But those are people that are like wondering what could they do. First, support,
hmm
or think of other entrepreneurs. Think of things, because we sit back and we're like, ooh, we don't have any ice cream down here.
hmm
What about a pizza place down here?
right.
Different things that we can a community, you just walk and eat and laugh and talk and
Sure.
be merry.
Sure, no, you're right. And I love a walking town.
Yes,
I
Me too.
really
yes.
do.
Me too.
So anyway, that's exciting.
It
All right,
is.
well, I think our time's kind of up, but
All
so
right.
what else do you want to share? If you want to leave us with one last thought, what would that be?
Come down to downtown Rocky Mount and see for yourself
There you go. And maybe even open up a shop.
and open up a shop.
There you go. Thank y'all so much.
Thank
Thank
you
you for
so
having
much
us.
for having us. Thank you so much.